Grenada, Carrico, Pidimonic, and the rest of the world, I'd like to officially welcome you once again to another Mikey Live program. I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and of course, we have a lot of things to talk about tonight. Things that are happening here in Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, the wider Caribbean. Of course, I'm happy to tell you about it. Now, let's take a look at tonight's headlines. New tropical storm forms in the Atlantic, and we'll tell you about it. RGPF, that's the Royal Grenada Police Force, reminds all of office relocation. We'll talk to you about that. The Special Victims Unit celebrates 1 year with good stats. We'll tell you about that in a moment. Also, new weather system approaches the Windward Islands. We'll tell you about that one and what the Met Office is saying. And the government says investigations revealed there was no physical altercation with journalists. All right, we're going to talk about that, as well as Lewis and Ali Khan guilty of code of conduct breach, and that is with regards to the CPL last night, the Caribbean Premier League, the biggest party in sport. There was a little incident, and the players who were involved were both fined. All right, so folks, we're going to talk about that and more when we return from our first break. But before we do so, we want to encourage you to share the program, particularly those of you who are on Facebook. Please go ahead and share the program, because when you do, that is how other people get to know that we are live. So go ahead and hit that share button, share it on your wall, share it in your messages, and with all your friends. Those of you who are on YouTube, we thank you for joining us. You too can share our program with your friends, and we'd also like to officially welcome those of you who are viewing via WPG10. We are talking about cable TV channels 10 and 11, standard definition channel 10 and high definition channel 11. Folks, when we return, it gonna be real news in all your lily lolo. So brace all yourself. We are coming back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance, with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz, bringing value home.
They're coming from near and far to blaze the gospel in song. Saturday, October 26th, Grenada National Stadium. Get ready to break every chain. Featuring for the first time in Grenada, Grammy Award-winning gospel artist Tasha Cobbs. Live from Jamaica, the sensational Jermaine Edwards. And many more. Tickets on sale now at gotofet.com. Stay tuned to this station for more info.
It's my money.
It's my money.
It's my money, and I need it now.
Grenada, come get your money. Oh, and did I mention 2 cars? Get ready for the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo, where you can win 2 sleek Suzuki Swift sports cars plus $40,000 in cash. Wow. It's an event you don't want to miss. Sunday, October 6th at the National Stadium from 5 p.m. Get your tickets for only $60 for 1 or $100 for 2. Just imagine, on Sunday, October 6th, you can walk to the venue and drive away in a Suzuki Swift sports car plus $40,000 in cash at the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. Sponsored by Carol, Glenelg, Mikey Live, GoToVet.com, and Waggy T Rentals and Sound Company.
That's my car.
Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
I'm breaking up with you. It's over.
The first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show, featuring live from Nigeria comedy sensation Emanuela Success and the Mark Angel comedy crew.
I've sent the date. See you when I come.
Set the day. Mark the day. Saturday, December 14th. Grenada National Stadium. Get your early bird ticket. Kids under 16, $30. Adults, $50. Kids under 16. VIP tickets, $80. Adults, $150. Get your tickets online at GoToFet, TicketPal, and your regular ticket outlets. Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
And so everyone is talking about this one. It's going to be good. So folks, all you get ready for the show. They're saying that you know, they anticipate that the tickets will go really quickly. So for persons you know, who are interested in going to the show, you ought to know that you would have limited time to get a ticket. After which maybe they will tell you, well, it ain't ammo. You understand? All right, so organize all yourself. All right, so folks, we'd like to again welcome everyone to tonight's program, and as customary, we'd like to say hello to those of you who are coming onto the program for the very first time. Now folks, this is a program that is on whichever platform you're looking at currently every night, well, weeknights, Mondays to Fridays. All right, and we have something big coming up for you for the month of November and December. All right, so all you look out for that. All right, so let's get into the news. I just want to put a little footnote there for when I reach to a certain part in the program. I have something to tell all you. So all right, good. Now folks, the first thing that we want to tell all you about, boy, now because of all the rain yesterday, and you know we get a good bit today too, so because of all the rain, I think yesterday there were a lot of trouble with regards to the water, and NAWASA had sent out information about that yesterday. So we have received some updates from NAWASA that we'd like to share as notices before we get into the hardcore news. The National Water and Sewage Authority is advising consumers in St. Paul's through to the Parade, Richmond Hill, and surrounding communities in the parish of St. George that in order to facilitate your repairs to a damaged water main, that your supply will be interrupted from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursday, September 19th. Now you are advised to collect and store water in clean covered containers prior to the scheduled interruption in your supply. Please be advised that although the system will be reopened at 2 p.m., consumers, especially those who are living in elevated areas, may receive your water supply within 2 hours after the scheduled restoration period. The authority apologizes, they say, for any inconveniences caused. All right, as well. The National Water and Sewage Authority wants to advise consumers served by the Annandale Water System in the parish of St. George that due to system maintenance, your water supply again will be interrupted. You will experience an interruption in your supply between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. That's on Sunday, September 22nd, 2019. Now, the Annandale Water System serves Annandale, Constantine, New Hampshire, through to River Road and the entire south of the island. Consumers, you're advised to collect and store water in clean covered containers prior to the interruption. Now, you're also advised that although the system will reopen, as we said earlier, that people who are living in elevated areas are likely to experience a longer waiting time than those who are not. All right, good. Also, we have a notice here from Grenlec. We'll put it up on your screen. Yeah, we had to do all of the notices and things, you know. Yeah, we had to get these things out of the way first. Now, Grenlec want to advise consumers of office closure hours on Tuesday, 24th September, and that is in order to facilitate a staff meeting. And they say that they want to apologize for any inconveniences caused. All right, so that will be on Tuesday, the 24th of September, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Good. We are moving on. Now, earlier, something big is going to be happening on Grandad's Beach on the weekend. And I'm telling you, this is going to be one of a kind. One of a kind. Now, GASA, all right, the Grenada Amateur Swimming Association has collaborated with Aquamoon Adventurers, FINA, and the Grenada Tourism Authority to host the first ever Ariza Pure Grenada Swim Invitational on Grandad's Beach this Saturday, September 21st. Now, over 35 international and regional swimmers and an estimated 50 plus local swimmers will converge on Grand Dance Beach, where the events will swim off from 9 a.m. Now, swimmers can register to participate in the 1 kilometer, 3 kilometers, and 5 kilometer, and also 10 kilometer events that span a course of the beach, starting from the Camahan Park area. The event was officially launched at a ceremony at the Ariza Conference Room on Tuesday, September 17, which was attended by representatives of the Ministry of Sports, GASA, GTA, Ariza, Aquamoon Adventures, and more. Now, folks, they are saying that this one is going to be of the shizzle, manizzle, mahizzle, dizzle, whizzle. So persons can come out and witness this sort of event for the first time, kinda, on Grand Dance Beach. Whatever happened to the things, the Easter Parade, was it? Easter Parade, I think it was, yeah. And all these water sports that we used to have, you know, back in the day. You know, we give up that now. We just whining and dining and you know, gyrating, because that's the only sort of entertainment we're interested in. You know what I mean? Fortunately or unfortunately, maybe unfortunately. Anyway, oh yeah, it's not hardcore, but I want to share with you because it's a thing of beauty. There's a little club boy. The owners of Suzuki Swift, they formed themselves into a club, the Suzuki Swift Nation Club, and they had a ride, like a motorcade on the weekend. You know, they just you know, getting to know each other, put themselves in a little, you know, a nice little club and thing like that. Boy, yo, you know, they were a thing of beauty to watch on Sunday when they were passing through the street. Some people watching, wondering what going on. The Queen of England come to Grenada. Where this vehicle and them come out, how they pretty so. You know what I mean? And all of them looking the same, you know, for a while it confused people because they didn't expect it. But then before long they would realize that it's just people with the same vehicle who's just decided to have some fun with their vehicle and take a little island drive, you know, show off a little the beauty of the little car. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they had their thing. So it's a lot of those vehicles, man. I'm telling you. Isn't it, I mean, who call many program they will, what the jail is that? Then people want me to curse? I don't understand. Eh? Listen, I just curse bad, you know. I'm telling you, I just curse bad. You understand? Anyway, so all the that is it right there. You understand? So they put themselves in a little group and thing. All the give them people a clap now. The thing looking good. You understand? Right. Anyway, lately that talk. How we looking for time sharing? Let me go again. Yeah. I don't have a Swift, so I can't be part of that. I don't like small vehicle. I like it big. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? When a man fret me, I just brum. But yeah, boy, those cars look good. Alright. Now, folks, we are moving on. New tropical storm forms in the Atlantic. Listen, right now, the place is busy. Alright? So, I'm going to be telling you about two things. First of all, Jerry on your screen, just about at the middle of your screen. You understand? Jerry, new tropical storm Jerry has been formed. A tropical storm watch is in effect for Bermuda, Anguilla, St. Martin, also St. Martin, St. Bartholomew, and Saba, and also St. Eustace. Now, earlier at 8 o'clock tonight, the center of tropical storm Jerry was located near latitude 15.2 north and longitude 51.2 west, and Jerry is moving towards the west-northwest near 15 miles per hour, and the west-northwestward motion at a slightly faster forward speed is expected over the next few days. On the forecast track, the center of Jerry will be near or north of the northern Leeward Islands on Friday and pass north of Puerto Rico on Saturday. Now, its maximum sustained winds are near 60 miles per hour with higher gusts. Now, Jerry is forecast to become a hurricane on Thursday, that's tomorrow, with little change in strength anticipated on Friday or Saturday. Now, tropical storm force winds extends outwards up to 45 miles from the center. So it's not a very, very big system, but you know, as time progresses, you know what could happen. So that's one. And there's another. Now you see that yellow arrow. Well, it's an X moving into an arrow from right to left. Okay, now that's a tropical wave located several hundred miles west of the Cabo Verde Islands, and it is producing disorganized cloudiness and showers. Some development of the system is possible while the system approaches the Windward Islands, to which Grenada is a part of, this weekend, or when it moves across the southeastern Caribbean Sea early next week. Formation chance through a 48-hour period is low at 0%. Formation chance through a 5-day period is low at 30%. So the place is busy, and you can get an idea of the projected path of this system. But hopefully, well, you know, God is still a Grenadian, so hopefully we will be spared. Are you fine? Now, the Met Office, they also sent us a little bit of information about that, right? And what they are saying is that the Met Office will continue to monitor this particular system. For if anything, you know, they're just going to continue to take a look at it. All right. And of course, we have direct contact with the Met Office. So anything, they will let us know. That's how it is. All right. Good. Now, let's move on. Earlier, the next thing that I have to tell you about is the Royal Grenada Police Force. And when I say the Royal Grenada Police Force, I'm speaking with regards to their Special Victims Unit. You understand? Today, Wednesday, 18 September, marks 1 year since the official launch of the Special Victims Unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Now, the SVU, which is a sub-unit of the Criminal Investigations Department, is responsible for the following: to enhance the holistic services provided to victims of child abuse, domestic and sexual violence, to create greater synergy among stakeholders working in the interest of special victims, to increase public awareness on issues related to special victims. Now, in 2018, 83 incidents were reported to the unit, of which 58 or 70% was sexual violence. Among these cases, 49 or 84% of all sexual related matters affecting victims under the age of 16, including 2 male victims. Additionally, 10% between 16 and 18, and the remaining 6% over the age of 18. Resulting from these incidents, a total of 23 arrests were made for the period. Now, they're also saying that they have seen a reduction in reported cases, and they believe that this is due to more vigilance, and now perpetrators and people who have that sort of tendency are now aware that there's a unit who's acting robustly to get these people with these sort of tendencies off the streets. You understand? So yes, give them a clap. They walk in, give them a clap. You understand? This Special Victims Unit. And don't think it's just them, you know. They have some hidden faces too. Like, you know what I mean? Yes. Yeah, the stealth ones who act behind the scenes. You understand? So it's a very, very powerful arm of the Royal Grenada Police Force. So again, join me in congratulating every one of those team members for, you know, working hard to have some of those cases solved. And they say they're working on a lot, you know. As people come, they deal with it. Of course, we are going to see if we can talk to one of those members probably tomorrow, God's willing. Well, fine. Good. Olia, we are moving on. How are we looking for time? Where is our timekeeper now? Okay, Olia, the next thing we have to tell you about, look at that picture on our screen. The Mikey Life Helping Hands Foundation handed over bags with school supplies to school attendant officers today. Now the bags, which contains essential school supplies, will be donated to students who started the school year without the necessary supplies. Now the Canada branch of the organization sourced the items And then these items were shipped to Grenada, handled by the Grenada team, and then handed over to the attendant officers. Now, this is the second year the organization is undertaking such initiative. And of course, you all had to join me in congratulating the Canada team. They work hard, people. Sometimes using their own money and thing now. Telling all you, their own money and kind of business. They do a little fundraiser here, there, you know. Using up their time and resources for the betterment of our people. You understand? So all of big up the team. And big up the local team too. And big up the team in New York too. You know what I mean? Yes, sir, you're telling me. You know, sometimes some parents just cannot afford. It was hard, it was 1, 2, and it was hard. You understand? So the team decide, here's what. We're going to try to do it like everybody else, the back to school, not so. Wait until school term starts, and we will get the right people to find out who are these people coming to school without a proper bag. Who are these people showing up to school without exercise, without pencil, without pens, without the essentials. And these people are going to handle that and hand over to them and say, here's what, here you go. You know what I mean? Go learn and become the next prime minister. You know what I mean? Anyway, lately that talk there. We're moving on. How we looking for time? Oh yeah, one of the big stories, boy. Oh, they know, boy. It involved this again. You understand? It involved this incident. You understand? Me put on my English accent. The government says investigations revealed that there was no physical altercation with journalists. You understand? They sent out a whole thing, you know, but we know we doesn't read storybook on the program. You understand? So we will post the whole business on our website. It says in part, the policy of this government remains that the media in Grenada must and should continue to operate under the absolute freedom that the law allows. Its own rights being matched by its inherent responsibility to demonstrate accuracy, fairness, and balance. You understand? Yeah, and it speaks of the whole incident and then kind of business. You understand? Wait, boy, he somewhere I tell you he doesn't really read storybook on the program, you know. Where you go, boy? Wait. Yes, so something about okay, yes, look it here. It says here, in relations to the matter reported about the Minister of State with responsibility for information, we are satisfied through our investigations, including talking to reporters, that there was absolutely, that's their word, absolutely no physical altercation. It goes on to say that what has been reported on social media has grossly misrepresented the truth and has unfortunately led to comments and concerns by members of the civil society purported to be based on facts when this is not the case. And he go and say thing, I can't think, you know. Anyway, let me leave that talk. All this shitty, watch. Shirin give me a message to give the government. Shirin say, Mikey, tell the government the fuller. I carry them thing on the program. Shirin take your time in. Shirin take your time and stop looking for trouble. You know what I mean? All you, let me leave that talk there. We have more things to tell all you. Avoid. How are we looking for time, Shirin? You need to get in trouble. All right. All you, I hope all of those follow cricket and thing. Because if you don't, something had to be wrong with you. Last night was a masterpiece of batting and fielding from the Patriots. A CPL thriller it was. St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots defeated Trinbago Knight Riders, the strongest team in the CPL right now. It went down to the Super Over Eliminator. Both teams recorded 206. Lord God, look, I still have them people think I'm screaming. We point J. Yes. Yeah, let me put a more appropriate picture on my screen, man. Oh God. Yes. Knight Riders taking first strike, 216 for 6. And then it was time for Carlos and them. And then you know what happened? Super Over. Carlos Braffett walk away. But there was a little incident that took place in the Super Over that costed Lewis his entire match fees. Like he walked for nothing. You understand? Yeah. Yeah, so they meant interfere, boy. Evan Lewis from the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriot, he and Ali Khan of the Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders, they were charged by the on-field umpires with breaking Article 2.2.4 of the Code of Conduct, inappropriate and deliberate physical contact between players in the course of play. What happened was, this boy, Ali Khan, while Lewis was trying to run, deliberately blocked his path, preventing him from making a run. Of course, that's going to upset in a Super Over, dog. Where there was an opportunity to change who's on strike, this was going to determine the game. Ali was the one who was the aggressor, if you looked at the game. But anyway, here we go on. At the end of the day, they charged Evan Lewis 100% of his match fee. And Ali Khan, 75% of his fee. What I'm saying is, I ain't like that, Jed. You know what I mean? I find, charge the aggressor 100% of his fee, and then the person who responded, Evan Lewis, give him a night for 2 at True Blueberry Resort. Oh, God. Anyway, let's leave that piece alone. Now, what else we have to tell all you, boy? We have another piece of news to tell all you know. Yes, boy. The island-to-island swimmer, he had a press conference in St. Lucia, boy. And, you know, he was telling them and thing like how he went about doing what he did. Listen to man, the man say he don't sleep on thing now. Yeah? The man say he don't sleep on thing. He basically took some little breaks and thing, you know, like eat a little something when he could. But he took no big set of rest to say, well, you know, he's sleeping like sleeping to snow and thing. Nothing so. Listen, all the man lip and thing crack up. The man lip crack up and thing like that. You understand? The man from Barbados to St. Lucia in one weekend. Yeah? Of course, he had, you know, company and thing. We're not trying to make it unrealistic, of course. There was a guy on a little canoe and thing like that, and there were boats and thing, you know, because you're not going to leave him out there by himself, you know what I mean? So he had like an escort. Yeah? But let's take more from the HTS News Force.
Cameron Bellamy earned himself some serious bragging rights after making his way from Barbados to St. Lucia without the direct use of a plane or boat. In just 96.36 hours with no sleeping breaks, the South African endurance swimmer completed the 93-mile swim and went on to cement his name in history. His predicted arrival was set for Monday, September 16th. However, favorable ocean currents helped propel him to St. Lucia's shores almost a day early. Although he was being fed every hour and hydrated every half hour, Bellamy suffered exhaustion, sore shoulders and salt mouth, the latter a condition after being exposed to salt water for extended periods. The St. Lucia Tourism Authority held a press conference for Bellamy on Wednesday at the Bay Gardens Beach Resort.
The end of the swim was pretty difficult. We've got a current going south and we're trying to get into View Fort, touch rocks, and had to push it pretty hard, but it was kind of it was a spectacular place to finish under that cliff, touching those rocks. I know it would have been nicer to finish on the beach and have and meet people on the beach, even though I would have been kind of out of it and everything. I wouldn't be able to walk. It was nice to finish there because it was very picturesque, and from what I've seen of St. Lucia so far, it's just like that. It's a beautiful, beautiful island.
He went on to commend the cleanliness of the island's waters, unlike prior experiences in the Indian Ocean. Upon completion of his swim, he was met by Prime Minister Honorable Alan Chasney and his mother, who flew in from South Africa. He went on to explain what he experienced in the final moments of his swim.
I saw there's a big welcome party, so it'd be nice to finish in front of them. But yeah, I've been swimming for so long, and I just eventually we were like, look, it's not going to be Sandy Beach. And we knew there was a beach apparently around towards Viewfort, around the corner, but we couldn't see it. And eventually I was like at Christina paddling next to me, and she was like, no, go to the closest point. And there was a rocky outcrop, so I was like, all right, went straight. When I got into the boat at the end, my heart rate was 180, which is really high for me. I usually swim at about 110, 120. So I definitely pushed myself a lot in that last half an hour just to get in.
Bellamy is no stranger to setting records. On November 11th last year, he became the first man to swim around Barbados after a failed attempt 2 months prior. Just last month, he intended on swimming from Cuba to Florida. However, his plans fell through after he was denied the permission needed for his support boat for the Havana Key West swim. The St. Lucia Channel swim stepped in and in a short period of time was able to pull off the necessary logistics.
I can honestly say it is a tremendous experience to be part of this historic event. Cameron was planning to swim from Havana, Cuba to Key West, Florida, and when the plans changed, there were several key people out in the open water world that kind of suggested either to him or to I that we kind of hook up with each other about the event, since the channel swim, the St. Lucia Channel swim, happens several times a year. Channel swimming is not easy. Putting together a channel swim is not easy. So kudos to Christina Evelyn and her team for putting this together, because it's not easy at all. It's not easy for the swimmer. It's not easy for the support crew.
Bellamy's historical efforts will go towards raising awareness and funds for various charities. His charity, founded in 2011, the Ubaini Unity Charity in South Africa, which focuses on childhood education, will stand to benefit. The A.C. Graham Children's Development Center in Barbados and the locally based organization United Through Sport will also benefit from his swim. Lizandy Boville-Jones, HTS News Force.
Imagine what one person has to do, risk his life for somebody saying it's a suicide attempt, in order to raise funds for people who need help. And so, guys, if we think we are doing, I think we need to do more. Yeah, so probably we need to get some more people on board to help us in our cause to help those who cannot help themselves. Yeah, because if we think we're doing, and you have this guy doing like that kind of stuff, that making us look like, we had to be that. Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna swim because a boy can't swim, but we could probably do within our means. Well, that's fine. Only we have our entertainment piece coming up. You understand? And we also have the weather coming up. So I want us to take a quick break and come back. But all you, those of you who think that the break don't show nothing. Hey, all you, I remember, boy, when I was small, your boy there haunted in that. You see, when I say I'm gonna take a break, the first thing mommy gonna say, hey, all you, don't go and show them nothing in the kitchen there, That's right. Mikey, what follow me? Nothing, mommy. Folks, we're taking a break and we're coming back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz, bringing value home.
They're coming from near and far to blaze the gospel in song. Saturday, October 26th, Grenada National Stadium. Get ready to break every chain. Featuring for the first time in Grenada, Grammy Award-winning gospel artist Tasha Cobbs. Live from Jamaica, the sensational Jermaine Edwards. And many more. Tickets on sale now at gotofet.com. Stay tuned to this station for more info.
Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
I'm breaking up with you. It's over.
The first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show featuring live from Nigeria comedy sensation Emanuela Success and the Mark Angel comedy crew.
I've sent the date. See you when I come.
Set the date. Mark the day. Saturday, December 14th. Grenada National Stadium. Get your early bird ticket. Kids on the 16th, $30. Adults, $50. Kids on the 16th. VIP tickets, $80. Adults, $150. Get your tickets online at GoToFet, TicketPal, and your regular ticket outlets. Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
Oh, yeah. Right. And it's one of our members' birthday today. It's Sherman's birthday today. So let's say happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. Happy birthday, dear Sherman. Happy birthday to you. Guys, join me in saying happy birthday to one of our loyal viewers and contributors of the Mikey Life program, Sherman. Now, folks, we've got our entertainment piece for you, and tonight we are going to change genre just a bit and feature a song by Christy Dells. It's called I'm Leaving You. This is a Grenadian and a Grenadian song, again exploring our talent.
Pain in my heart, you just couldn't be true. And you're not willing to change, so I wanna move on. I'm dying inside, and my heart is tearing apart. So I'm telling you, I'm sorry, but I'm leaving you. You never should have made me cry. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back again. I'm sorry. Sleeping that day all by myself, and I've been calling your phone every minute of the night. Never could I get to you. When I couldn't find you, all I could do was cry. So baby, I'm telling you, I'm sorry, but I'm leaving you. You never should have made me cry. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back again. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving. I never wanna see you again. I'm sorry, I'm treat me too bad. You treat me too bad. You shouldn't cry now, 'cause I'm not coming back. Oh baby, I'm not coming back. Hey, I'm moving on, moving on. Thinking about those long days and those lonely nights when you left me to sleep in that bed all by myself. And I've been calling your phone, I've been calling your phone, but I couldn't find you. Baby, I'm telling you, I'm leaving you. You never should have made me cry. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back again. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving you. I never wanna see you again. I'm sorry, and I'm never coming back again. No, no, I'm never coming back again. No, no, I'm never gonna come back, baby. I'm never gonna look back at you. I'm never gonna come back, baby. Not after all that you put me through. I'm never gonna come back, baby. Oh no, I'm never coming back again. No, no, I'm never coming back again. No, no. So this is it, baby. This is it, baby. Game over. Hey, hey, I can't take it no more. I'm leaving you right in my past, behind, and I'm never, ever looking back.
Christy Dells, I'm sorry, I am leaving you in our entertainment piece for tonight. Production that was done here, video production, really interesting. And of course, I hope that you enjoyed this one. You can look forward to another entertainment piece on our Mikey Life program tomorrow, God's willing. Folks, it is now time for the national report. Let's do that. And when we come back, we give you the weather for tonight.
More Grenadians find employment on Canadian farms. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, September 18th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. Close to 50 Grenadians are now employed on 2 farms in Canada as part of the Canada-Caribbean Seasonal Agriculture Program. 26 men left the island on Saturday on a 2-year contract with 1 farmer, and a further 21 left on Monday on a 6-month contract. The 2 groups comprise a mix of first-time workers and others who have been recalled. Prior to their departure, the men participated in a round-table video conference with officials from the Eastern Caribbean Liaison Service, where they were briefed on the rules and regulations to be adhered to on the farms. Labour Minister the Honourable Peter David says the increased number of men gaining employment on the farms is as a result of the excellent relationship between the farmers and the government through the Ministry of Labour.
Over the years, we've seen many of them go, they repeat, they go, they come, they go, they come. And many of them have been proven so satisfactory that they nearly become permanent employees of the farmers in Canada. So I want to congratulate this group that has gone out and to urge them to take advantage of the experience, take advantage of the employment, and do it in a way that provides the farmers in Canada with the confidence that Grenadian workers are capable of doing what is necessary to keep the employment.
Minister David says the selection of farm workers is not done by employees in the Ministry of Labour, but by the farmers themselves.
I also want to say to the young people in Grenada that we at the ministry, we do not decide who goes on the program. What we do, we take the applications, we take the records, we collect the documents, and we provide it to the farmers in Canada, who then come to Grenada and decide for themselves which workers they would like to go on the farm. And they have come and they have done that in most cases. And as I said, in most cases, they have found the workers satisfactory.
He says dialogue continues with consuls general in both Toronto and Montreal to engage stakeholders to create further employment opportunities for Grenada.
In hospitality, in nursing, in home care, areas that, in particular for me, I want to see more women have the capacity to take advantage of these Canadian programs. So we are looking for programs where young women and women in general can go to Canada and also have the same opportunities that the young men have been having in a farm labor program. We are working with our consul generals, we are working with our partners in Canada to get that going, and I am confident that over the next several months that will be a possibility, and that will certainly be the outcome of these discussions.
90 men are currently employed on various farms in Canada. As government presses ahead with plans to make St. George's the first climate-smart city in the Caribbean, part of the plan includes working with the St. George's University to ensure it is as climate resilient as possible. The SGU is a major contributor to Grenada's GDP. Addressing Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing, Minister for Climate Resilience, Senator Simon Steele, said while still at the concept stage, the Climate Resilient Cities project will address the vulnerability of a number of areas in the country.
We're working with New York University in the development of the concepts. We've received pre-feasibility support from the GCF to enable us to do this, but it's looking at interventions such as the areas of sea level rise, the vulnerabilities of the Carénage, Grand Anse, Grenville. Solutions engineered, both hard engineered and nature-based solutions to protect those valuable areas, whether it is the protection of Maurice Bishop International Airport, our runways at sea level, highly vulnerable, how we can protect that, and how we can work with St. George's University, which contributes in excess of 20% of our GDP, how we can work with them to ensure that the campus is as climate resilient as possible so that it will sustain as little damage in an extreme event.
He says government is also looking at urban planning to determine how they can address vulnerabilities in some communities that are at risk.
Looking at our road system, how we can reduce congestion, solutions there. And then the areas of capacity building, strengthening government and the private sector's ability to deal with climate change moving forward. It is here to stay, in addition to identifying other community-based solutions.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Prepare for hurricane. Prepare for hurricane. Make sure you have your radio and your batteries too. Waterproof flashlight candles will do. Tin stuff, garbage bag, first aid kit. Come on people, make sure you have it. Clean water in a container and a hurricane plan. Hear me no man.
Hurricane damage is beyond your control. Surviving the aftermath is up to you. Have a hurricane plan. It can save your life and your family too.
Prepare for hurricane. Your hair, prepare for hurricane.
Continuing the news, a marriage between tourism and agriculture has been the subject of discussion for some time. The Inter-American Institute for Cooperation in Agriculture, ICA, wants to do its part to make this a reality in Grenada through the development of an agro-tourism policy. Meetings were held over the last 2 days to brainstorm and come up with a plan on the best way forward. Details in this report by Karima Lewis.
Agriculture and tourism have been identified as two major economic sectors that have not been fully optimized, and in an effort to strengthen linkages between the two sectors, the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation in Agriculture, ICA, is in the process of developing an agritourism policy. This OECS initiative has seen workshops taking place in a number of Caribbean countries, Grenada being no exception, as many farmers, fishers, and tourism stakeholders convened at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort to put ideas forward in a 2-day workshop. The objective of such a venture is to maximize the full potential of the farming, fishing, and tourism sectors, while at the same time encouraging local food use and consumption. ICA representative for the OECS, Greg Rollins, says the prospects for further developing agritourism linkages in Grenada are encouraging.
I should emphasize that the establishment of the agritourism linkages will, however, require significant changes. We need to adopt new approaches. It will not happen automatically. We need to adopt appropriate technologies and sound agribusiness management practices that stimulate increases in productivity, production, and competitiveness to ensure that a consistent and reliable supply of competitively priced primary and value-added products and services to the sector. We need to be able to adhere to stringent food safety, quality, labor, environmental, and other standards.
Minister for Agriculture and Lands, Honorable Yulin Bean Hosford, is confident that local farmers can meet the demand of the tourism sector for meals and beverages.
It is important to note that food represents roughly 30% of the total tourist expenditure, which implies that there is vast potential for local producers. I am confident that our producers of food have the capacity to supply in a consistent manner a major part of the culinary needs of the tourism sector.
Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, Honorable Clarice Modeste Cohen, explains that agritourism allows for the natural adaptation of the agriculture and tourism sectors as it provides benefits for all involved.
It brings to light an aspect of community tourism, farm-based tourism, culinary tourism, agro-heritage tourism, agro-eco tourism, and agro-trade. And therefore it is important for the Ministry of Tourism, as we make a concerted effort to assist in enhancing livelihood, a major aspect of our community-based tourism development program for the coming years.
Presenter at the workshop, Kimberly Thomas-Francois, describes one of the linkages between tourism and agriculture.
Food has allowed, when tourists have a particular link with what they eat, it has allowed repeat guests. And so more or less establishing that linkage actually helps hotel in the sense that the marketing dollar that they have to spend to bring new tourists, they would see repeat guests coming just because of the food.
Eco-hemispheric specialist in agritourism, Anna Harvey, explains her role at the workshop.
I'm giving the overall picture on global and international trends in agrotourism and food tourism, talking about all of the things that are happening to link agriculture with tourism in all its dimensions, from farm to table, boat to throat, right up to the craft and artisanal sector.
One of the organizers of West Indian Breakfast, Lionel Goddard, explains that one of the benefits that can be derived from this policy is having readily accessible local produce to include in the breakfast sale.
So we think this policy could, one, help our small and medium-sized farmers, give them funding, give them, technical advice, and make the whole process, of farming develop in a much bigger way. And so by our farmers growing, it could help our breakfast also to grow in terms of what we are planning to do and execute.
For the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Karima Lewis.
And finally, several bus drivers from across the country are embracing positive development and safety. They're partnering with the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs as part of the UNICEF-funded Child Friendly Schools initiative. Details from Annette Moore.
The Child Friendly Schools initiative focuses on positive discipline, meaningful student participation, student-centered classrooms, parental and community involvement, and health and family life education. Bus drivers are now displaying banners with child-friendly and positive messages on their buses as an endorsement of this movement. They will also ensure that their buses are safe spaces for children. The drivers were officially recognized during an appreciation ceremony at Spice Basket on September 11th.
Your involvement takes three particular forms that I want to raise. Safety, and in an era where we have increasing levels of child abuse from different angles, it's heartwarming to know that we have drivers among us, drivers who are willing to say, we support child-friendly schools, we support keeping children safe, we support positive discipline, we support the idea of letting them know what needs to happen. So that's one, safety. The second issue is linkage, and linking home, school, and community. When we work with homes and we work in schools, the transportation medium is a very important link between all of this. And if you are partnering with us to ensure that the travel experiences are safe and not emotionally disturbing or anything of that sort, then we're creating a firm, safe link. The third thing is positive discipline. What do I mean by that? When we speak positive discipline, we refer to a style of discipline that is proactive. In other words, it seeks to create the behaviors we want to see. You'd notice on your stickers, the stickers that you have, there are some very positive comments, like I'm ready, be respectful. I don't know which ones you have. Be focused. Whatever is on your bus, you'll see that. All of those are positively stated statements of expectation.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Kevin Andel, further emphasized the importance of bus drivers providing a safe and positive environment for children.
These children travel with you every day. Almost 75% of our school-age children travel on buses. And those who have their parents who drop them off sometimes still have to traverse this country on your buses. And because of that, you have a significant responsibility in regards to the next world, safety, bringing them safe to their destination. And when I say safe, I mean a safe environment. And your buses should be a safe environment for these children. Not only that, it should be a model of positivity, that riding on your buses, they should be exposed to the attitudes and thank you very much, and the behaviors that we wish for them to model.
Ian George, a Grenville St. George's route bus driver, spoke on behalf of the participating bus drivers.
On behalf of the operators, the bus operators, I just want to say thank you very much, and we do appreciate the involvement with the Ministry of Education to have us partner with them in this very important initiative. From what we have learned by listening to your description of what this is all about, I think it's very commendable. In fact, it's a very good initiative that may have been long overdue. There are a lot of reminders here that would help us to make a greater contribution, not just in transporting the young ones, but in helping in their development by providing good, safe environment for the transport.
George also says he hopes that more bus drivers can participate.
Bus drivers, making a difference, keeping our children safe.
Approximately 17 buses are participating thus far, with stickers displayed on 14 buses to date. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
Thank you very much, Leslie Ann Johnson. And it is now time for us to take a look at the weather, see what's going on there, all right? Weather for tonight, partly cloudy with a low chance of nighttime showers becoming fair by early morning. The minimum temperature for the night is expected to be just around 24.5 degrees Celsius. Winds are easterly to southeasterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas moderate and waves up to, well, let's say 5 to 7 feet in open waters. A high surf advisory is in effect. Tides are expected to be low at 12:30 a.m. and high at 6:15 a.m. And as for tomorrow, the weather is expected to be mostly fair, increasing in cloudiness by afternoon with a medium chance of light showers. The maximum temperature is expected to be just around 31.5 degrees Celsius and minimum 24.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas slight to moderate, waves 6 feet in open waters. A high surf advisory will remain in effect for tomorrow. Sunrise 5:57, sunset 6:07. That's your weather report for tonight and for tomorrow. And before we leave, hello to Sherman, the birthday, celebrant, Ezran, and as well as Noreen, Camille, Claudette, John, Nika, Lynette, Colette, Eunice, Mimi, and as well as Mishi, Shireen, and who else is traveling is there with us as well. Khadija is with us as well, and Angel I see you there as well. All right, Patsy, Nikki, and the whole team who are there with us. Deborah, I see you there as well. Thank you for for watching the program. Zaf, I see you there as well. And we're looking forward to a very interesting program again tomorrow, God's willing. All right, Deborah and everyone else, thank you. And Hazel, I see you there as well. Gloria, I see you there as well. And Irma, thank you for watching. God bless you guys. We touch base tomorrow, God's willing. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say Ja, no, and new on WPG10. Hi, and enjoy the rest of your night as well. God bless you, and we'll see tomorrow, God's willing. Goodbye.